So let's do one hands-on exercise. Now what we are going to explore as a part of this particular hands-on exercise, we will be training an iris random forest model. We are going to package the model. We are going to inference the code into a Docker image. Then we will be pushing it to Amazon ECR. And finally, we are going to create an AWS Lambda function that uses that image and test inference. So if you recall, like I had told you, how can you deploy the data science and machine learning models? Different approaches I had given in front of you. You can use SageMaker endpoints, you could use serverless compute Lambda option, and you could use ECR plus Docker images. So here I have combined two approaches together, ECR with Docker images along with Lambda function. Okay. So what we are going to produce, we will be producing model.pkl, which is a trained model. You can say that you are going to have a Docker image with model, plus you're going to push your code to ECR. ECR is a container registry, which is containing the images. Okay. Then you're going to create a Lambda function. And finally, we will be testing the Lambda function via Lambda console. That is something we are going to do. Okay. If you want to extend this demo, I can give you the hints. You can integrate it with the API database if you want to do it. But let's quickly see what we will be required to perform this demo. Obviously, the answer is an active AWS account. And like always, I am expecting that you should be having an active AWS account ready with you so that you can start with this particular demonstration. I would be using a mix of CloudShell, which is a command line interface, and the management console to perform this demo. So we are going to provision the resources using CloudShell, and later we are going to review that are the resources created using the AWS Management Console. So without any further delay, let me take you all to the AWS Management Console. This is my console CloudShell. Okay, you know CloudShell is built in as a part of a management console, and it takes the same credentials with which you have logged in to your management console. So currently I have logged in as a root user, so I'm having the privileges to interact with all the AWS services. Okay, so let's quickly prepare your environment in the CloudShell. I have taken the step-by-step instructions here, like we have to prepare the working folder and environment. Folder creation is required for the logical grouping of the resources. So let's do that. I'm taking this command. What this command will do, it will be creating a folder and then it will be changing your directory to the specific one. I'm going here to the CloudShell and pasting this command. You can see your directory changed to this Lambda ML demo, the recent folder you have created. You can also check using print working directory. Okay. Going forward, the next step is we have to make sure that Python and pip exist. So you can execute a command Python 3 version, and in a similar manner you can also execute the command for pip. You can follow the instructions parallelly, or later also you can do the steps I'm performing here. So both of these things are present as a part of my CloudShell environment. I have a Python already installed. I have a pip present, which is a package manager. All of you know. Now we have to ensure that we have Docker and CLI available. AWS CLI is required to interact with AWS services. Anyhow, CloudShell come with AWS CLI, but let's quickly make a check. So I am quickly checking if I have AWS CLI installed or not. It is there. And let's check for Docker also. It will be required in order to build your Docker image. If you are new to this concept, just understand Docker is a container engine. Okay. And if you want to relate container and containerization, you can say that a technical framework in order to package and bundle all the resources for your code. When I'm talking about all the resources for your code, you can say that along with the application code, you are also bundling dependencies and libraries. Okay. The best example to understand container and containerization in real world is a shipping container. Okay. So come back everybody. Now we have to get the account and region variable. Like for most of the things or most of the resources we are going to create, we need to pass region because most of the services in AWS are regional service. And you also need to provide the account ID in which AWS account you want to create the resources. So we are quickly checking that do we have the account ID and regions variable available, but before that we need to set it. Let's do it. So first of all, I'm setting the account ID variable, and later I'm going to set the region. If I will not be getting a region, I'm going to set it manually. Let's do it. The way to find do you get the account ID is print it using echo and see the result. You got the account ID. In a similar manner, you can check for region. So I'm not getting any region. It is showing me empty. So what I will be doing, I am going to export the region from here. Let me do it. Great. And if you're going to execute the same query now, you have AP-South-1. This is a Mumbai region where I will be performing all my exercises or where I'm going to provision all my resources. So now it's a time for creating a file for model training, app.py, Dockerfile, and requirements. So we will be creating the files in this particular directory. We're already inside a directory and all these files we are going to create. I've already taken the piece of code which we have to put in each file. For example, when I'm talking about train and export.py, let me create this file. So I'm using an editor in this CloudShell. There's a nano editor like you have Notepad++. Just paste this piece of code and I'm going to save the changes. Okay. This is a piece of code I pasted. I'm using a random forest classifier and you can see the lines which I have written here. Let me save this. I'm going to create my next file which is app.py. Let's take this. If you want to put a comment like what file you want to create, you can. Let me create this file and I'm pasting the code. In order to save the changes, press Ctrl X, Y and enter. Okay. Then two more files I'll be creating. One is requirements.txt, another is Dockerfile. Okay. You have to basically make sure the convention you are giving. So let me create a requirement.txt file and I am adding all these libraries. And finally, the last one I'll be creating, that is a Docker file. This Docker file will be containing the instructions to build a Docker image. So how we are packaging our code using this Docker file? Let's do it. So once everything would be ready, what is the next step you have to perform? You have all the required files ready as a part of your folder. Okay. Now we are going to train the model locally in CloudShell. We will be installing the train time depths and train model. Let's do that. So I'm using this package manager in order to install the libraries I need. So let's see. It is giving me requirement already satisfied. It will be available as a part of my CloudShell environment. But in your case, if it is not, it is going to do the installation. Let me train my model. Let's see. It is saying model saved as model.pkl. And if you want to view it, you can use ls. ls is for listing. Let's do it. You can see this file is present inside this particular directory. Okay.